myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I'll do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to the show. I am your host, Don Vic. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is the place where we find new talent, new faces, upcoming stars here live on the show all the time. And I am happy to be here. It's been a while since I've been up here. Oh, boy. You know, it's a lot of things going on in my life. Oh, boy. And a lot of things happening around the world as well. You know, Jesus. Oh, boy. So, I was going through the internet, you know, so many things happening right now. Internet. Oh, before I even talk about that, you know, shout out to everybody that tunes in. Big shout out to the paranormal world. Big shout out to Sean C. Phillips and Nicole Vegas and Craig, Kevin Gregg, and everyone else that's filming. And big shout out to TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook for tuning in and watching the show, and for those that share. Coming up on the 26th, I have Julianne, Benny, and her director coming on the show. We'll be talking about her upcoming film, Nearly 10 Years. We'll be talking about that on the 26th at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in and follow. And remember to share, sharing is caring. Big shout out to my brother Isaiah, Isa, my son Stax, Vic, Giovanni, and Spaz. Big shout out to them. My sister Mercedes and everybody else in the family. You know, so was watching TikTok, and TikTok is funny as hell, boy. Let me tell you. But there was some women that were cooking today. Okay, and I posted a lot of it on my page, and I'm sure that a lot of women wouldn't like it or agree with it. But hey, it is what it is. It's happening now. This is what's going on. It's like the new trend, you know, where women dog guys, say they don't need guys, you know, but then as soon as a flat tire, they get a flat tire or they need to move out, who's the first person they call? Okay. When they need to solve a problem and they get into something, a crash, who they call? A guy. So you can't say you don't need a man in your life. You do need a man for something. So let's get it straight. Relationships nowadays, man. Listen, there's so much game going on both sides of the territory that, you know, when you caught in the middle, you caught him on fire. I don't know. Like women nowadays, they say they want relationships, right? Oh, I need a man. I want a man. But then when you get it, all you do is abuse it, right? For some, I'm not saying all women, most, right? You want man this, you want a man now, you want this, you want that. But at the end of the day, what you bring to the table besides your body? To make it make sense. We here to build, right? A relationship is to build, not for one person to bring everything to the table while the other one just sits in the house and do nothing all day, right? Or on their devices all day. Who knows? They're probably talking to another nigga or other dudes while you at work trying to bring in the bread. They're sitting at home on the computer all day. You know what I'm saying? So you got to choose, fellas. You got to know who you're getting involved with. And nowadays it's hard to know because social media has messed up everything. And I'm sure a lot of relationships has broken up because of social media. So it's hard for a relationship, folks. It's hard to get in a relationship nowadays. For me, with what I see today and the trust issues I have with women, I'd rather stay single. I've seen it all. I've been there, done that. I don't want to go through that no more. I'm not saying all women are bad women, but shit, there's a lot of them that ain't even worth it. You know what I mean? They're not. They don't even want to help you build. They don't want to help do nothing. They just want you to give, and they deserve. And all you're getting back in return is a piece of flesh. That's not doing it now more. And some of them really think that they deserve it all. Like they're the prize. You're not the prize. We the prize. All right. They don't got it so messed up that they really think they're the prize. You're not the prize. And all this booty shaking on internet, like, it's tiring. I mean, it's nice to see, but not all the time. And if that's all you got to wiggle and waggle your body online, because that's all you got to show, no talent really. That's not talent. Shaking your booty online is not talent. I don't get it. Half naked like that and shaking it. That's not talent. So, I wanted to talk about that because like I see a lot of guys nowadays, men that are single, don't want to date. You go to a bar or you go to a club and it's like all the girls on one side, the guys don't even want to even talk to the girls. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much stuff going on with them. That the guys don't even know if the girls really like them or they just want to get into their pocket because they look fresh. They got a little jewelry. They got a nice car. They got a little money in their pocket. So the dude is like, are they really want me or they just want get a free drink or see what I got? So, the guys are on point nowadays. The guys are on the bullshit. So what's more important? A toxic relationship, a toxic woman, a woman that always asking for something and bringing nothing in return, a woman that's always on social media while you at work shaking a booty or talking to other guys, or your peace? I choose my peace. Now, if a girl wants to go out, and go and if she wants to go out and I agree to it, and and I want to go spend some money on her, then I go do that. Then if not, then I just don't do it. It's not a mandatory thing, And who decided that on the first date I got to take you to a high-end restaurant just because you dress or you look like? The whole purpose of a first date is to get to know a person. Is to get to know the girl, the guy, to see if it's something that you will want to spend money on, or is someone you want to spend time with, or is someone you want to build with. It's not off the rip. Oh, I got to go spend $400 on a dinner on a woman that I don't barely know. I just met to prove what? That I don't like you, that I don't want to be with you, and I just spent $400. Not happening. So, nowadays you really have to figure out who you're dealing with. And it doesn't matter who pays for the dinner. Like, it don't fucking matter. She can pay for it. I can pay for it. Don't matter. We both pay for it. The thing here is to get to know each other, to see if we vibe, to see if we connect. Not for me to take you to dinner, you to take me to dinner, and me brag about, yeah, well, she took me to dinner, saying she spent like 400 on me and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's corny. Kids do that. Grown-ups do it. And that's nothing that grown-ups should do. Like, go out, have dinner, go for a walk around the park. Nowadays, women want you to take them out, take them out to expensive dinner, buy them stuff, you know, be aware, be there for them, help them out, and you still ain't got a kiss. Okay, a kiss costs you a high dinner. So by the time you get to sleep with the chick, you don't already spend a couple grand, and that's if she decides she wants to, sleep with you. If not, then you spend all this time spending money with a person that you thought you was going to be with, and no, she said no, you're not her type, so women and men, because it's both, it's on both sides. I'm not just trying to attack women, this is for men too. I'm just talking about women because I'm a man, right? But men too, because there's some men out there that are cheap as hell and want women to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? So for the women that are doing their thing, for the women that bringing in the bread, and your guy's slacking, maybe you don't need that guy in your life. Maybe you need to get rid of him too. You know what I'm saying? But for most part, we see this in women, a lot. Where, well, if you don't got this, if you don't got that, you can't take me out. Well, what are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? And they don't like that. A lot of women don't like when you say, what you bringing to the table? Well, why do I got to bring something to the table? Well, and try to switch the narrative on you. So, we, hi, Debbie. Hi, Mama. What's up, Kimmy? I'm just talking about some things that I know a lot of. Listen, I don't want nobody to get mad. I'm just talking in general. I'm talking about what I see online, and some stuff I do agree with it a lot, and some I don't. Right? But now this time and age, it's hard to date because when you get into a relationship, you don't know if it's because of love or because of what you got and you can provide for the person. So it's very, very hard nowadays. And now, so so now you're trying to figure out someone. It's costing you money because it costs money, right? You gotta go out, you gotta eat, for some, because some women are more humble. They're okay with just going to the park, sitting down, having a conversation, maybe having a coffee, right? Maybe having a coffee. I'm like that. I like that. I want to get to know who I'm going to date or maybe start a future with to see if I okay with that. And from what I see on social media, listen, it's very, very hard for a man that works hard, that's about his business, is about family, that's about growing and building, to just date any woman because you look good, because you got a nice body. Nowadays, everybody got nice bodies. Everybody look good. So if that's what you got going for you, then you got a problem. You're not going to find a man. You're going to find those people that are like you. If that's what you are putting on the table, that's what you're going to get on the table. And it's sad. It's very sad to see this happening. To see this happening. You know what I mean? And I say it because there's good women out there, right? There's good women out there that are willing to sacrifice just like you to build with you together and both, move forward together, not one person, you know, doing everything and the other person is just slacking, hoping for the other person to bring them up. And then when you bring them up and they get everything they got, guess what? They leave you and take everything. So you have to be careful. And that goes for both sides, women and men. So you really have to know who you're dating. So while you're dating, while you're going out, you don't need to be spending $200-300 on the dinner, for a woman that you don't even know if you're going to be with her tomorrow. Take her for a walk, go take it to a cafe, sit down, have coffee, have a conversation, and see where that conversations go to. If you're not too sure, then you have another date. You go out to a different cafe, have another sit down, and you talk and to figure out if that's the person that you think is going to be, worth your while and you hers. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, looks and things are deceiving. You really have, you can be with a person for 5 years and you think and then bam, that person shows up. You be like, damn, wait a minute, I didn't know you was like that. You see, or maybe a year later after the relationship, you'd be like, damn, wait a minute, where's all this coming from? I thought I knew I thought I knew who I was dating. And it's happened to me. I've dated women where everything was good. When they first met me, I like the way you dress, you look cute, you're cute, blah, 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 whatever. Boom, we vibed, whatever. We went out, everything was cool. As soon as we became a unit, as soon as we became one where we was living together, things started to change slowly. Oh, well, why are you putting on cologne? Why are you cutting your hair? Why are you shaving? Why are you dressing up? Where you going? All of a sudden, all this insecurity for no reason. Like, wait, you met me like this. This is what you like. This is what got us together, is the way that I presented myself to you. And I'm still that same guy. So why now that I'm with you is the problem? That's when all the arguments start and you know and the shiestiness start happening, and the arguments. And listen, ladies, from a man's point of view, what real men want is peace. All the fuck we want is peace. You feel me? Loyalty, respect, and peace. That's it. We're not asking you for nothing. Now, if you bring something to the table, which you should as an adult, right? As an adult, you should. Then, okay, because no adult should be able to taking care of another adult unless it's your mom or your father that's elderly. Then that's different. But if you guys are equal, right, then it should be equal all the way around. 50-50. Oh, I don't want no 50-50. I deserve more. Well, that's why you by yourself. That's why the guys that you got don't take you serious, because you're money hungry. You're materialistic. I see girls all the time when I go in my car and I dress the way I dress and I'm riding in my car. The girls be like, "Hey," I don't even pay attention to them. They'll be like, "Oh, he think he's all that." I don't think I'm all that. I already know the game. I already know what you're up to. So it's not that we're being conceited. It's that we're not going to give you our time. You know what I'm saying? To disturb our peace. I'm not doing that. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes you approach a chick that you want to talk to and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" They look at you like you're disgusting. Like, but yet you got on a shirt thing where your boobs are almost coming out. You got your butt cheeks showing from your butt. You got the front of your privacy showing, right? Because your pants are so damn tight, it's not breathing. And then you get mad when a guy looks at you or gives you a compliment. So what is all that about? Why don't you just go home, take everything off, and come out butt naked? Because a woman that doesn't want to be looked at, right? A woman that doesn't want to be looked at will cover herself up. Okay? So if you're out there look halfway butt naked, trust and believe a guy's gonna look. A guy's gonna say something. So either you're dressing like that for attention, and then you get the attention, and then you shut it down because it's probably the guy that you don't want to give the attention to, because that's all the attention you're gonna get. Because the real guy, a real man like me, right, or others that are doing things ain't looking at you. We ain't looking at you. You understand? And if you don't, you're gonna learn today. Understand, we not looking at you. I'd rather look at a woman that's covered up. Give me some imaginations. You know, let me work a little bit. I don't want the easy ones. Just because you're pretty and you got a nice body and you out there flossing it, I don't want a woman like that. You feel me? I really don't. I stay single for a reason. It's almost been like 9 years for me. You know, and when I say 9 years, people are like, what? 9 years? You ain't have no. Listen, sex to me is, I can get sex whenever, if I really wanted anything, you know. You know what I mean? It's not the sex, it's the respect, loyalty, and peace that real man want. Okay, we're so used to being by ourselves, right? Lonely, like no one to talk to. We good like that because we custom ourselves to be that way after being alone for so long, you know, and going through the things that we've been through in relationships, that the man creates this force field around him, right? And he let no women come into that force field unless you're the right woman. And mind you, and the more years goes by, that means, you know, it's harder to find a woman, because before you could find a woman in like 6 months, you'd be like, man, this woman is right. 9 years. I've seen it. I'm dated. I've been out. Black, white, orange, purple, green. I did them all. And at the end of the day, it's the same thing. So I'm like, listen, I'm just wasting my fucking time. Let me just stay to myself, do what I got to do, and forget everything else. If she's going to come, she's going to come. If she don't, I'm okay with that. Because my peace, my loyalty, my respect, I won't give that up for nobody. You know what I mean? And women should do the same. Irene, how are you, baby? I'm just talking today. If any of y'all want to talk or don't agree with what I'm saying, please let me know. We can talk about this, because this is what it's about. You know, we can talk about this. Yeah, if it's a two-way street, it's fine. I'm okay with that. But when it's a one-way street, right? Or even a two-way street, but you're not being loyal while your husband is at work, you're online talking to other guys, because that's the thing now. That's the thing. It's like a trend. Women want relationships, but still want that second guy, you know, texting them while you at work, texting them while you at the gym, you know, and hiding the phone. if that's the game you want to play, then stay single. See, because the more us men see that, the more we ain't gonna want to date. The dating rate from men with women has gone down. I don't go out like I used to, but when I do go out and I go into some of these places, the guys are at the bar talking to themselves. The girls are over here. You know, there might be one, maybe two guys trying to hit on a woman, and they like, oh no, I'm all set. I'm not interested. Bitch, you're not interested because you don't see him with the jewelry, you don't see him with the nice cars, you don't see him dressed nice because you're materialistic. Right? And I see it because sometimes I do it to prove a point, right? Sometimes I go to women and I talk to them just to see the vibe, just to see how they operate. And some of them turn me down. Some of them don't want to talk to me, right? But as soon as they see how I'm moving, the way, or they see who I'm with, or the type of guys that I deal with, now all of a sudden things change, right? And then when they try to talk to me, what I do, I shoot them down. Boom. I say, get out of my face. What are you doing here? I tried to talk to you earlier. You didn't want to talk to me. Oh, because I didn't know who you was. Oh, so what changed? What made you want to talk to me now? And if you can hear some of the dumbest shit some of these women say, I'd be like, no wonder why your dumb ass, the guys play with your dumb ass, and you probably got more miles than a goddamn trailer. Okay, and you're sitting there acting like you Miss Giddy, like and you got more miles than my goddamn car. Okay, you probably have a garage with no walls. When the cars go in, they get lost. All right, but you want to sit there act like Miss Stank. You know, I mean, some of y'all got to do better. Okay, and if that's the way you rolling, you're not going to get a real guy, because by the time you find a real man, you won't be able to keep him, because as soon as he see your bullshit, he's gonna leave. See, real men don't got time to play. Real men ain't gonna sit there and take anything from women nowadays. As soon as you show your colors, the real man's gonna say, you know what, this ain't for me. You're gonna pack your stuff if he's staying with you, or if you're staying with him, he's gonna pack your shit. You're gonna put it by the door and say, you gotta go. Why I got, and then they make this big fight. Why do I didn't do nothing? I didn't do nothing. I just caught you texting to a dude. I got the proof right here. And you sitting telling me in my face that you ain't done nothing? Women, y'all gotta do better. And men, some of you men too. Okay, I'm not just digging at women. Some of you men too. Okay? Some of you men act like little toddlers. Okay, so this is for both things. Don't think I'm just talking about women only. This is for both sides. Now, if you my partner or we're partners, and you in a situation where you say, well, I can't work because I'm sick. I got this problem with me, but then at least give the guy a chance to decide if he wants to move forward, because pretty much the guy is the one that always want to keep the relationship. The guy, we are the ones that want to keep because we really love. When we love for real. We don't love for material. We don't love because of what you're going to give me. We love for real. We're the opposite of women. And I'm not saying that all women are materialistic, but a lot are. I'll say like 85%. Okay. Well, I don't want no bum ass guy. I don't want my man. He got to have his own place. Okay. But some of y'all don't even got your own place. Y'all don't even have your own car. Y'all don't even have nothing. You stay with your mom at the house, or your friend or your cousin, and you are sitting here asking that you want this, you want a man like that don't want you. And I don't care how fly you are. You can be fly. As soon as he knows that you ain't about shit, all he gonna do is say, okay, well, give me the body, give me the garage, hit it, and move on. Sad to say, but it's true. I kick the facts here on the Don Vic Show. We talk the truth here. Like it or not, feel the way you feel. If you hurt, then it must be straight for you. Then you must be one of them individuals, because we speak in facts here. And I'm not attacking nobody. I'm just speaking in general, what I see, what I've been through, and what I see on social media today. Right. Okay, look at you, 12 years by yourself. Okay, you got your reasons why. You probably had bad relationship. You probably had men that wanted to take advantage of you. You know, men that didn't treat you right, and so you've been single for 12 years. You fed up. In your mind, there's no good men. I'm saying, you know, but there is good men. And if you're looking for the perfect guy, ladies, you're going to be looking forever. You know why? Because God didn't make no one perfect. No man and no woman is perfect. You're going to have your arguments. You're going to have your little fights, but it's up to you as an adult individual to censor down the arguments and fights, and become and learn how to communicate with each other. Okay, because ain't no relationship, I don't care who it is, that's perfect. None of my relationships been perfect, so I know none of y'all has been perfect. Okay, but when you love someone, you really love them, then you try to find a way to keep things cool. You find, especially us men, we always try to find a way to make things better. The woman's always, yeah, so loud, fighting over nothing at times, doesn't give you time to concentrate. You know, when a man shuts down, ladies, when a man shut down, when a man is no longer into you, when you start talking to your man and he's like whatever, that's because he's done. He's ready to move forward. He's ready to leave. When the man shut down, it's because he's ready to go. He's done. Okay. And some of the times he won't even tell you he's leaving. He'll wait for you to go to work. He'll pack his shit and go. You never hear from them. You know. And some women do the same. I said that earlier. Yes, time has changed. I said that. I said that. I said, Irene, I said the same thing. Time has fucking changed. Okay. You got grandmas with grandkids in the clubs acting like they're hanging out with their daughters. Not saying that they can't, right? If you feel young and you look good, then it's okay. You can go do it. But there's a certain way you gotta act, ladies. When you're in your 50s, late 40s, and you're out with your daughters that's 25, 20, whatever, there's certain way you got to act. Because sometimes I see older women act more childish than their daughters. Their daughters act more mature than the moms. Okay? Some of the moms be looking like hoochie mamas at the club. They don't want to date a guy like me. They want the young boys. You know, I date a young girl. Oh, I'm a predator. You know, I'm 50, but I'm looking at a girl that's 35. Oh, you. But it's okay for a woman to be 50 and date a 25-year-old or a 20-year-old, right? That's not a problem. It's a fucking problem. It is a problem. If it's a problem for us, it's a problem for you. Okay? Stop trying to switch things around. Yeah, facts. Morals, tell me about it. Everything's changed at this point. We're I'm telling you, Irene, it's crazy. I think I'm gonna have to find me a woman that's at least 90, 95. I know she ain't gonna cheat on me. I know she ain't gonna because she can barely talk, she can barely hear, she can barely see. So I know she ain't gonna cheat on me. You feel me? And I know she ain't gonna go too far because she's old. She can't go too far. You feel me? That's what it seems to me like I got to do. If I want to get, I gotta date me a chick that's 80 and 90. Okay, almost out of here to at least because by then all she wants is peace too. At that age, because she don't been running around for the past 60 years, running and hopping and jumping and running. Now she want her piece of 80-year-old. So I got to go give me an 80-year-old. Because I want peace. Loyalty. Respect. Honor. And I can't get it. It's like hard for some women to do that. Or men. I don't get it. It's like the easiest thing for a relationship to do on both sides for each other to be better and to grow. It's like the hardest thing for them to do. On the phone while your husband or your girl is at work and you texting another chick. So this is the thing. I met a chick, right? I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I met a chick one time at a club, right? A club. It was kind of like a club, something like that, like a hangout there. So the only reason I spoke, because I'm very picky when I talk to women. When I go into a place and I see girls, I don't talk to the ones that I keep my eye on the quiet one, right? Because the quiet ones are quiet, but they got their little things too, right? The quiet one. She wasn't really too, she was doing her thing, but kind of to herself. Her girls were more things. So she caught my attention. I said, there's something special about this girl. I want to know her. So I sent over a drink. The guy said, hey, the guy sent you a drink. She said, thank you. And I was like, can I come over there? I was like, because I had a fucking sign language up on the other side. I was like, over there. And she was like, yeah, come in. So I went over there. I told my boy, I'm going to go check this chick. I'll go over there. She's with her friends. And so I sit down, I start talking to her. Her friends come over. I'm like, yo, I'm with my boys. She's like, where you with? I'm with my boys, my son. So boom. So my boys came over. Boom, we talking. We sitting now, we vibing. And so I'm sitting to the girl, whatever. Boom, we talking. I'm like, so how you doing? She's like, I'm fine. I said, where you from? She's like, I'm from the neighborhood. I said, oh, okay, good. Me too. I said, well, I brought you to the club. Were you chilling tonight? Well, what's good? She was like, oh, you was just hanging out. I really don't come out. Blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. Oh, okay. So you got a boyfriend? She goes, something like that. Something like that. Bitch, it's either yes or no. What do you mean something like that? I said, what do you mean something like that? She goes, we're kind of like talking, but like we're not. Like he do his thing and I do mine. I said, oh, okay. So I said, so are you looking for a relationship with him or like what are you doing? She's like, I don't know right now, but I'm with him. I said, so you with him? She said, yeah. I said, oh, okay. So me, right, being who I am, I wanted to test her. I wanted it to test her loyalty. I said, so I said, you like this guy? She's like, yeah, I like him. I like him. I said, oh, all right. I said, can I give you my number? She said, yeah, you can give me your number. Bad mistake. So I gave her my number. Whatever. We sit there, we drink, we vibing. Things get, a little out of control because my guys are like with the girls, whatever. So we just sitting there talking about it. I said, all right, cool. So then I said, I said to her, I think I'm gonna go home. She said, you leaving already? I said, yeah, gotta work. I don't really, this ain't really my vibe. I'm more to myself. She was like, "Oh, all right, cool. It was nice meeting you." I said, "Cool." So I left. Boom. I left with the boys, whatever. Like 3 days later, she called me. I'm like, "What's up?" I said, "Who's this?" She was like, "Oh, it's such and such at the club." I said, "Oh, well, how you doing?" She goes, "I'm good." She was like, "What's up with you?" I said, "Nothing. I just got off work. I'm about to go home, change and go get a haircut." She's like, she was like, "You want to meet up later?" I said, "Meet up?" She said, "Yeah, you want to meet up?" I said, "You got a boyfriend?" I said, "What would you want? Why would you want to do him like that? Why would you want to go out with me when you got him?" She said, "He ain't taking care of business. So, if he can't take care of the if you can't take care of the cage, then the bird's gonna fly out." I said, "Oh shoot!" It's like that. She was like, "Mm-hmm." I said, "Fine." I said, "Check this out. On that note, just because you said what you said, lose my number." He's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, lose my number. What makes you think that you're not gonna do to me what you're doing to him? What makes this different?" She said, "Oh well, I like you more." I said, "Nah, you just like my position more. That's what you like. So you know what? Lose my number and do what you do. Don't call me again." She cussed me out. She started cussing me out, calling me all types of names because I said what I said. I said I knew the devil was close. I just opened the door. I just opened the door to hell. Okay. I said exactly. So what I was thinking, it all happened. It all played out the way I said it was going to play out. You know, and this is why when I go to these certain spots, I don't give any woman my attention. None. There has to be something that a woman has or that I can see through her without her talking that's going to catch my attention. Because when I go to these spots, all the women do the same shit. They're out for the same shit. I'm not that type of dude. I already know when I go out, I dress nice. I smell good. I look good. You know, I drive a nice car. I know all the games. So I'm not going to go there and just let Miss Beautiful walk up to me and try to eat my mind about whatever it is that she thinks that I'm going to do or thinks that she's going to do. The wrong guy. There is. And you know what? And for those women that are like that say, "Oh, there ain't no good men out there." Uh, there are. They're everywhere. They're at the gym, they're at the store, they're at the grocery store, they're across the street, they're walking right by you. The only reason you don't know is because they're not looking at you because of the way you are. All right. So there is good men out there. But when you're acting and you got that type of attitude, the good men ain't looking at you. They're walking right by you. So the only men that you're going to get, my dear, are the guys that are just like you. Okay? They're going to play on you. They're going to take you out and still be on the other phone with the other chick because what it looks like, that's what the girl likes. They're like the bad boys. They don't like the guy that goes up to work and you can be a good looking man. You can be a good looking guy, but they don't like the guy that goes to work every morning that puts in the work. It's that family guy, take care. They go home and they don't like, they pretend they do, but they don't. They like the guy, the neighbor that rides the bike, that comes down with the bike all the time, that got the jewelry that looks like a gangster. That's the one they want because they want that guy to break their back. My husband doesn't break my back like he used to when he first met me. But I know this guy, roughneck, right over there, would probably throw me up and make me do windmills. I don't get it. Make it make sense. I had the best. He's gone, so I'm done. Okay, if that's your prerogative, if that's what you choose to do, that's fine. You know, that's fine. Everybody has the right to keep dating or stop dating, you know, for whatever reason. I just say for me, I can go out with a woman, right? But for me to make her my what they say, my baby, my boo, my girl, my wife, my whatever it is, I have to know who she is because listen, women got as much game as guys do. And then when you get into a relationship, you don't really get to know who they are after a year or two goes by. Then if they who they are, then they will never change. They will be that same person you met for the rest of your life. But if they're not who they say they are, trust me, sooner or later it's gonna come out. Same thing with women, you know. And for me, like I said, my peace is more important than anything. If a woman can't bring me peace, if a woman ain't down to help us grow together, build together, if the woman ain't ambitious enough to say, yo, daddy, you know, I know you want to do this. Let's do this. Let's put this together. I love a woman like that. That's like me, that thinks like me. You know what I'm saying? That's ambitious. Because two people that are ambitious can grow together and do beautiful things. You know, and that's just for me. That's just my opinion. All right. We all got our own different opinions. We all date differently. We all like different things. But that's just me, you know. And I just speak on what I see, what I went through, and what I see on social media, you know. And like again, listen, you can do what you want to do, it's your prerogative. But if you're out there talking about you need a man, you want a girl, and you're not doing the right thing, then don't do that. You know, don't go hurt other people's feelings, you know, or play with other people's feelings if you're not going to be real. If you're not going to build, if you're not going to plan on having a long distance relationship with someone, then don't waste their time. Let them know straight up. Listen, I like you. I don't want a relationship. I just want to bang. Straight up. Straight up. Nothing uncut. If she's about that, she's gonna say, okay, friends with benefits, I'm with it. If not, then she's gonna say, no, I'm not that type of woman. I want a relationship. Okay, now you want a relationship. Now you got more to prove to me that you can be that woman. I mean, I'm saying, and it goes both ways. What's up, mama? How you been? They're not. They're not. But you know, what's up, Mark? Not everybody. Not everybody that say who they are is who they are. You know, you got women out there that fake it, just like guys fake it. You know, they in relationship for the wrong reasons, and not sometimes they're not even insecurities. It's just the shit you see. You know, I'm not gonna get into a relationship if the girl's gonna make if my girl's gonna make my life miserable. I don't care how bad I don't care what she got, what she bringing to the table. She ain't taking my piece. You feel me? And that's just the way it is for me. You know, for those that like to be screamed at and abused, and that's on y'all. But I'm not, you know, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? My time is too valuable for me to be arguing with any woman or going through any bad choices in life with women. I stay single. You know what I'm saying? No headaches. I don't have to come home to no argument. You know what I'm saying? I just do me. If we go out, we go out, we eat, we say you go home, I go home. If something's gonna happen, it happens. We can go hotel or whatever. Cause I had experience where I brought girls to my house and then things happen. I didn't want to be with them. They ended up coming and doing things at my spot. Breaking my car, splashing my tires, scratching my paint job because I didn't want to be with them no more. So if you're not gonna be my number one chick, you're not coming to my house. We go to a hotel. You feel me? Now, after the hotel, if I feel that you're the right one, then I might bring you home. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, so and again, I want to get this clear. I'm not attacking women, okay, because this goes for men just like women. I'm just talking facts. I'm just talking about my experiences, what I see, and what I see on social media, and what I see women say. Hold on, give me 1 second. I want to show you something. And this is from a woman, all right? This is from a woman. And I got plenty of them. Why? Because even the good women are starting to see the fake women. And this is what she said. I don't know if this is this woman here. Listen, it's in Spanish, but I'm gonna put one in niggas because I know I got Spanish women here listening.
Son cansados de que los vean como una solución económica y no como compañeros de vida. El hombre está harto, mujeres, de esforzarse, de resolver, de estar presente y que al final lo único que le pidan sea más dinero, más cosas, más proveer, pero cero reciprocidad, cero respeto. Porque si no cumple con los caprichos de muchas mujeres, entonces no vales para nada. Y ya no importa si un hombre es bueno, proveedor, fiel, trabajador, respetuoso, con valores, eso ya no pesa. Ahora lo único que importa es el dinero. Entonces el hombre abrió los ojos y se dio cuenta de que no lo quieren a él. Lo quieren para usarlo, lo quieren para exprimirlo, para sacarle el jugo. Y si no da lo suficiente, lo reemplazan, lo botan. El hombre hoy en día nada más lo están utilizando. Como si todo lo que él hace no vale la pena, todo el esfuerzo, y las mujeres no quieren agradecer. Y por eso el hombre no quiere nada serio hoy en día, porque al final le sale más caro entregarse de verdad o simplemente tener amores pasajeros y divertirse. Así está el hombre hoy en día, por culpa de muchas mujeres.
And that's a woman saying it. And I'm glad she said it, not me. So if y'all want to get mad at get mad at her. But this is women saying the same thing I'm saying. Okay? Because even the good women are starting to see it. That most women just want you for the money. You feel what I'm saying? Just want you to buy this, buy that, pay for this, pay for that. But what are you bringing to the table? Your body? I can get that around the corner. Your neighbor's already offering me your body for free. You know what I'm saying? So let me go.
Las mujeres estamos creadas para hacer muchas cosas. Baby, looks ain't everything. You could be the most prettiest girl, you can be the most handsomest man, but what does that spirit look like? How do you treat people? How do you treat yourself? Because I done seen a lot of beautiful women who have ugly ass spirits and ugly ass attitudes. They'll be mugging or picking on girls because they're not secure with themselves. Like, you're too pretty to be doing that. Oh, don't think just because a girl is pretty that she's secure in herself and she loves herself. No, there's pretty insecure women out here too. There's pretty bullies out here too.
And let me say something. And the women that argue about what this woman just said, the one private, are just trying to flip the script because probably you're just one of those other chicks, like the lady was talking about, the Spanish lady. All right, because only a woman that's about that life is going to argue about what she said, because what she said was facts. And I'm not saying all women are like that. You know what I'm saying? Not all women are like that. So let me get that clear. Not all women are like that, but most women are like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad a woman said that, because if I would have said it, like which I'm talking about, I know a lot of women are going to feel a certain way. But when a woman say it, they just kind of sit back and take it because they know it's facts. Yeah. But assume what? Like, assume what? I don't get it. Explain that. So, for guys and women, both, you really have to see what you can work with or who you can work with. If you see you can't work with it, then stay single. I've been single for a long time. I'm happy. I'm fucking happy. My peace, I won't give that for nothing. I can't tell you the last time I had a headache, or stressed out, or coming off work and don't want to go home. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long, long time, and it feels good. I tell you, peace is good. Okay, loyalty. I'm loyal to myself, so that's good. Honest. I'm honest to myself. So, it is what it is. So, what I'm saying is that I know a lot of people, because even myself, I'm including myself into this too. I'm not just talking to people. I'm included in this too. You know, if you want a partner, because sometimes being alone can be lonely too. You know, that's why I say lonely people like that are strong people, because you got to deal with that loneliness when you don't have someone to talk to, when you have an idea and you don't have no one to talk to about your ideas and your plans and stuff. It could be lonely sometimes, but after a while you get so accustomed to it that you start doing things on your own. And when you see someone that you say you might like or you might want, you kind of pump your brakes, because you start to think, then damn, I like her or I like him, but shit, I love my fucking peace. How I'm gonna work this? You know, should I give it a chance, or should I just pass on it and just be friends and whatever? All those things start to run through your mind when you're a person that been alone for so long. You know, and it's not, you know, it's like putting your guards up, but not, if that makes sense. You're just looking out for yourself, making sure that you don't make the same mistakes you made 20, 30 years ago for 20 years, because I can tell you how many girls I've dated. No, I can't even tell you. I lose count. But anyway, you know, uh, all that for nothing, because look, I'm by myself, single. Let's get this real talk, baby. I just want to be single. Don't get your thought. I don't want to be able. Hey, let's stop the small talk, baby. Just want to be single. Ah, ha, ha. Oh boy. So that's what it is, man. For me, I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about no one else. For me, see, and the reason why I put that for this girl to say what she said, because if I would have said the way she said it, women would have chewed me up, right? Oh no, blah 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 blah. But when a woman say, women kind of like, whoa, she said it. They don't want to argue with her, because the other girl might say, well, it's true. Well, what about you? Well, they go at it. But when it's with man and a woman, and a woman come at you, the guys, they try not to disrespect them or put them on the spot. We take all the hits. Yeah, okay, whatever. But when it's woman to woman, they let it all out. And what that woman said, for me, most women are like that. Not all women. Most women are like that. And like I don't go out looking for women. I just attract them sometimes, not all the time. But the ones that I attract be those ones. I don't know. I think when I go out, I'm gonna dress bummy. I'm not gonna wear my jewelry. I'm not, I'm not. I'm gonna let my beard out. I'm gonna look sloppy. Okay, because I seem to attract the wrong women, man, all the time. they start. The beginning starts good, but then after like a couple of months, you start seeing the colors. Oh, I want this, or I want to go over here. Well, go ahead. Once you go, oh, I don't have the money. Well, shit, I ain't giving you the fucking money. I don't even know you that well. Well, shit, we're not even boyfriends and girlfriends. We just fucking dating. You feel me? You already asking for for money for your rent, money for this and that. Listen, if you're a grown woman, and you can't pay your own bills, then you got a problem. Okay. And it's not to go get another man, go get a job. Okay, ladies. That's it. Or you're gonna be jumping from man to man to man to man to see which man is gonna do what you want him to do. By that time, you don't know how many men you don't ran by, because nowadays men are so hip to what's going on. You know what's going on. Niggas ain't dating. Niggas ain't even marrying no more. And the ones that are married, they want to get divorced. So what's going on here? What's really going on? You know what I mean? And, you know, again, I say it, for those that this subject that we're talking about bothers you, then this fits you, because you probably one of them chicks. All right? Facts are facts. Hate it or love it. I don't give a fuck. Right? Hey, I'm going to tell you like it is. I ain't perfect, right? I ain't the most handsome. I ain't the most beautiful guy in the world. I know that. But I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? In my life. You know, and that's my peace. You feel me? Would I love a woman in my life? Of course. It's been 9 years. You know, I wish I had someone I can would have spent in my 9 years and probably would have built something beautiful together. You know? But it's not time to be taking chances nowadays, man. It's not. Either you know it 100% or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to the point, for me, at my age, where everything you've done, you know, we're trying to get into relationships and things went sour all the time, the only way to go is to be by yourself. You know, and I'm not saying that I've been a good guy, right? Because I've done my little dirt too, right? You know, sometimes my girl didn't want to do things with me, so I had to go get it somewhere else. You know, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? How you want to be with a man, right? Or marry with a man with getting married to good and bad. Your man takes care of everything, and he wants a little bit of loving, and you don't even want to give him that. So what's the whole fucking purpose of keeping you around? Just to give you what you want? And I can't even, I got to go cheat because you pushing me to cheat because you don't want to give me no love. I want to hold you, and now you pushing away. You don't want to give me warmth. So a lot of the times of a man going out to cheat because the woman in the house ain't take care of her business. But yet when your phone bill comes up, all of a sudden, here comes the kisses. Here comes, baby, what do you want to eat? When the bills come close, that's when you want to be the lovey and give me the extra and give me this and that, because you know the bills got to get paid and I'm the one to fucking pay them. After that's paid, then you start acting shady again. Start acting blah, blah, blah. So guys, y'all got to pick up on those red flags. Okay? Because obviously, she ain't feeling you. You're there for a purpose, to pay the bills, to pay whatever. And if she's doing that to you now, or he is doing that to you, he probably got someone else. He's probably seen, or she's probably seen someone else. Check the phone, because nowadays, this is a snitch. And another thing, folks, if you're with your woman, right? You're with your woman. This is how you know, guys and girls. Okay, both. This is how you are gonna know if your girl or your guy is up to no good. Right? Sit at the table, put your phone on the table, make sure hers or his is on the table, and act like you're gonna grab the phone and see what that person does. If that person snatches the phone and grab it and says, what you going through my phone? At that instinct, you make sure you pack their shit or you pack your shit and you leave. Okay? That right there is the biggest red flag ever. That means there's something in it that she doesn't want you to see or know. And 100%, it's another guy or another girl. Period. If you go and the phone, she's always hiding the phone, or everywhere she goes or he goes, the phone goes. They don't leave the phone on top of the table and go take a shower, and their phone's on the table. They don't care for you to go. That's a person that's not doing nothing. But a person that's always got their phone on them, they ain't in a relationship, and they in the bathroom and the phone is in the bathroom. They sleeping and the phone is right under them like this, like it's a pillow. Boy, girl, you better check something. Okay? And that's a fact. All right? Loyalty nowadays is hard to find in both genders. Okay? That's why a lot of people choose to be single, choose to be by themselves because they can't trust the next person. You feel me? Like I said, next woman I get, she got to be 80, 90. I don't give a fuck what nobody say because I know she ain't going to cheat on me. She ain't going to be able to see a nigga. She ain't going to be able to see a nigga. She ain't going to be doing nothing. Okay? That's the woman I want. Got to be at least 80 and 90. Okay? Because by that time, hopefully, she's done running the fuck around and stop playing games. Okay? And want to be honest. All right? Fuck it if I have to break her back once in a while and I got to take her to the hospital and get her back readjusted because I broke it. Fuck it. I'd rather that, than not have my peace. Real talk. That's fucking real talk. What up, baby? My son in the building. What's up, baby boy? I'm over here, talking facts. Yeah. So, guys and girls, that's what's happening. We see it through social media all the time. If you can't get respect, you can't get loyalty, you can't get honesty and peace from a woman, then why waste your fucking time? Same thing for you, ladies. Why waste your time with a man if he's not going to give you that? Because besides what I just said, peace, love, respect, and that, anything else can be built between the both of you. Wealth, better life, that can be built. But before you do that, you got to have those other things intact. Respect, loyalty, peace, and communication. Being able to talk to each other. Because other than that, man, you throw it out the window. And like I said, it's hard to find relationships nowadays with good women because I just don't know. Like, women, for me, I'm saying it for me, for what I see. For what I see on social media and what I see on the street when I'm riding. Because sometimes you ride in the street, you say hi to a girl and she act like, like, bitch, you fucking walking. You at the fucking bus stop. Maybe if you would have been nice and said hi, I would have offered you a ride and take you to wherever you wanted to go. And who knows, you probably would have met a good ass dude. But because your ass is so stank, that's why your ass is at the bus stop. So you stay there. Because real niggas are going to leave your ass standing right the fuck there. Real niggas ain't all them stank shit just because you pretty. That's why you by your fucking self. Because you act like you too good. Because you're pretty. Everybody pretty now fucking days. Who gives a damn about how you look or how your body? Because see, a lot of women All they do is shake their bodies on social media, shake their booty. What else you got? What else you got besides your butt? Like, what else are you offering a nigga? Like, what else? All y'all do is shake your bodies, shake your booty. Like, that shit is dead. Like, niggas ain't looking at that shit. Dudes are looking at that like, she's a fucking tramp. You know what I mean? Entertainment. Dudes are looking at that for the entertainment. That's it. A dude ain't gonna want you for a fucking girlfriend unless he just want to tap it and keep it moving. Because obviously, if that's all you showing on social media, that's all you shaking halfway naked, then that's all you got. Dudes ain't looking for that. Men, dudes probably men ain't. So, get your priorities straight. Figure out what it is exactly what you want, and you go get it. And remember, you have to treat people the way you want to be treated. Okay? That's just the way it is. Okay? You can't be disrespectful and think that you're gonna find a woman that's not, and be with a woman that's not disrespectful. You might pull her, but once she find out how you are, she's gonna leave you because she's not that type of woman. She wants her peace. Right? She wants her peace. And so do we. So there's people for everybody out there, depending on what you're looking for. And if you ain't looking for nothing, if you're tired of looking, then you stay single. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with being single. You know what I mean? I'd rather you be single than have headaches, be stressed out, end up at the hospital with a heart attack because your bitch, acting stupid, or your man acting stupid. You feel me? And now you're at the hospital. Ain't no woman, no man worth that. You feel me? Your peace is more important. Sometimes you find people that connect with you and they out of town. Sometimes you find people that you be like, wow, I like this guy. I like this girl. I think that, if we had an opportunity, we can be good together. But shit, she in California, you in Boston, or you in New York. I'm in and Chicago, And they say long distance relationships are a relationship of dummies, Unless you planning on moving together, a distant relationship ain't gonna work. It might work for a while. If they loyal to each other, it may work. But remember, each one has their needs. So if I got my needs or she got her needs and I'm not there to fucking tickle her, plan B is going to be tickling her. Okay? So I just don't trust long distance relationships. I don't know about everyone else. I don't do long distance relationships. There's a lot of females that I've spoken to through TikTok, through other, platforms that thought I was attractive. I thought they were attractive. We spoke, whatever, but I let them know straight up. And listen, I like you. I think you're cute. I think that you're smart and you're a good woman, but I don't do long distance relationships. They just don't work for me. If I can't touch you when I want to touch you, if I can't go see you when I want to see you, if I can't hold you, hug you, kiss you, make love to you when I want to, then there's nothing happening. You know what I mean? All that talking on the phone. I'll be tired of texting. I don't text no more. I'm like, listen, unless it's for something I need or talk to someone real quick, then yeah, but I don't know how people can sit there and text all fucking night, day, and talk on the phone every day. What do you talk about every day? Like you got to come up with some lies and shit, and like I don't know. I can't do it. I just can't do it. You know what I mean? But, with that being said, you know, stay true to yourself, you know, love yourself. Whoever don't love you, that's their problem. It's not your problem. Whoever don't like you, that's their problem, not yours. Remember that. Do what makes you happy. Single makes you happy, stay single. A relationship makes you happy, then find the right person and get into that relationship. You feel me? But remember, with every relationship, there's something it's there's always something gonna happen. And you had to be ready for it. How you deal with it, it's all up to you. Why I say that? Because none of us are perfect and we all make mistakes. Okay. Now, what mistake you make, it's up to you. What line you cross, it's up to you. You feel me? I treat people the way I like to be treated, you know, bottom line. And from all the mistakes that I've made in my relationships, I know better now. Whatever relationship I get into now, it's going to be a great one. Okay? Because I figured out all my flosses. I figured out all my mistakes. I know what to do and not to do. You feel me? Now, if my partner is not on that page, I'm not going to question her. I'm going to pack my shit and I'm leaving. Ain't no need to talk. You're not on my level. You feel me? I'm not going to go through the changes with you. I'm a grown man. I ain't got time to be playing. We're going to build. We're going to love each other. We're going to do this together. Fine. If that's not the how you driving, then go park your car over there because my car is moving. Just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's for both sides of the tread, men and women. You know what I'm saying? And um, remember to love yourself. You don't need nobody to love you. If you love yourself, that's all you need. You know what I mean? Love yourself, shine as much as you can. You know what I mean? And I hope that this conversation we had today can help someone or give someone some knowledge on something. But that's just the way it is. And remember, on the 26th, I have three guests coming on the show, actors, directors of the movie Nearly 10 Years with Julianne, with Benny and Mr. Gibbons. He's going to be directing the film, or he directed the film. We'll find out on the 26th at 7 p.m. here live on the Don Vic Show on Facebook and on YouTube. I think I will be putting it on TikTok as well. So we'll definitely get that popping on the 26th. And again, everyone's welcome to come on my show if you got a topic to talk about. If you got an upcoming show you want me to host your show, reach out to me. I can come out and host a show if you got it. You want me to host it, I can do that. Of course, not for free. I don't come out for free, but we can always make arrangements for me to come out and host a show for you. So stay safe, stay beautiful, stay real to yourself, and family and God always first. Okay. And with that being said, I guess I'll let y'all go. You guys have a good night. Have a good Friday. I'm going to let y'all go with peace, love, respect. And I am out of here.